Most traders aren't losing because they're lazy. They're losing because every chart feels like a brand new puzzle. One day it's a breakout, the next day it's a fake out, then suddenly a pullback that flips into a reversal. The truth is, you don't need 100 strategies. You need one tool and a small playbook that you can run the same way every single day. That's where SwiftAlgo comes in. It strips the noise off the chart and shows you only what matters. It gives you clear buy and sell signals, shows you the current market bias at a glance, and most importantly, comes with a win rate dashboard that tells you how the strategy has actually performed before you risk $1. That means you're no longer guessing, you're acting on data. The first setup is the trend continuation, also known as the don't fight the flow trade. Here's how it works. When SwiftAlgo prints a buy signal, you don't enter blindly. You first check if the signal aligns with the trend bias panel. If the chart shows a buy signal while the trend bias is bullish and the market isn't ranging, that's confirmation. You now have the signal and the bigger picture working together. From there, you can use the suggested stop loss and take profits levels, which are adjusted to the current market conditions. So you can just let the trade ride and don't worry about anything. Now let's look at a short example. On NAS 100, a sell signal appears and the trend dashboard confirms bearish conditions. That's another green light. You enter short, set your stop, and take profits as the indicator suggests. And price rolls over, breaks the low, and hits take profit clean. This is why the trend continuation setup works. You're not fighting the market. You're flowing with it. The second setup is the breakout and retest, which is what I call the patience trade. Breakouts look exciting, but most of the time they trap retail traders. The edge is on the retest, not the breakout candle. With SwiftAlgo, you wait for price to pull back to the broken level and wait for a buy signal, then check the dashboard if higher time frames are bullish. And you can enter a clean long trade again, follow the automatic stop loss and take profits, and let the trade ride. Now picture the same strategy on the short side. Let's take Bitcoin, for example. Price is ranging above a support level and eventually it breaks down. But you stay patient. A few candles later, price retests the old support, which has now flipped into resistance. SwiftAlgo fires a sell signal and the dashboard confirms bearish bias. That's your trade. You enter short, follow the automatic stop and target. Price rejects the level and drops, hitting our take profit fast. Now, here's what ties it all together: filtering. Most traders obsess over entries and ignore filters, but filters are where your equity curve becomes consistent. SwiftAlgo gives you special tool for filtering trades, the win rate dashboard, which shows you how your current configuration has actually performed historically. If the stats look weak, you can just look through the 6 presets and find one with the highest win rate. This isn't guessing, it's using data. Trading with SwiftAlgo isn't about taking every arrow, it's about having a process. You wait for your setup, confirm with the dashboard, and let the tool handle stops and targets. Losses will still happen, but you'll know they weren't random. You followed your setup, the rules aligned, and the trade simply didn't play out. That's part of trading. What you avoid is the chaos of overtrading, second-guessing, and inconsistent decisions. So here's the challenge. Load SwiftAlgo. Pick either the trend continuation setup or the breakout retest setup and commit to taking 10 trades exactly as described. Don't cut corners, don't skip confirmation, and don't force trades. At the end, compare those results to how you normally trade. The clarity you'll see is the real edge. That's what turns chaos into consistency. And that's why SwiftAlgo is quickly becoming one of the most trusted indicators on TradingView.